Headlines tonight.
In the headlines tonight, Moyo District stakeholder task contractor to follow chain of command. Locals of Atiak in Amur district still in crisis after the destruction by neighbors. And Nebi District RDC holds commissioning of 2 classrooms over shoddy works. This and more in the
It's the 5th of July 2024. You're most welcome to the Nilecast on your West Nile Television. Let's dive straight into the stories that have made headlines today. During the handover of the site to Prisma Limited, the contractor for expanding and equipping Moyo Technical Institute in Moyo District. The contractor has been cautioned to follow the chain of command and implement what is required in the contract. Okumu Dominic has more in the story.
The function brought in different stakeholders from the district to hand over the site to Prisma Limited, a local contractor charged with the responsibility of expanding and equipping Moyo Technical Institute so as to provide quality technical education to the people in the district and across the region. Mr. Sekamwa Julian, the Deputy Resident District Commissioner Moyo, while handing over the site to Prisma Limited, warned the contractor to always follow the right chain of command and implement what the contract outlined so as to avoid getting into problems while doing their work, adding that for the technical works, the district will keep monitoring it on behalf of the public.
Please, that is not how it works. The instructions, whatever is supposed to be done, are clearly spelled out in the contract document.
Honorable Bada Emmanuel, the district councillor representing Moyo Sub-County, who represented the chairman local council 5 Moyo during the handover, said the school has produced brilliant citizens in the past and feels after the implementation of the current project, more capacities of the people will be enhanced. He, however, noted that in the previous projects being implemented in the district, there has been obvious challenges, especially the disagreements between the contractors and the consultants on the project implementations, which often results into delays, and praised that such things don't happen in the current project.
That will enhance a lot of capacity. We appreciate that. In the previous project implementations, we have observed obvious challenges. And when challenges come, they don't come to point fingers at ourselves.
Mr. Riri Dominic, the Sub-County Chief Moyo Sub-County, who represented the Chief Administrative Officer, said the consultant talked a lot about transparency in their work and implored the public to play their role in ensuring the project becomes a success. He, however, warned the contractors against doing shoddy work so that the project succeeds.
So there is a lot of transparency there. So it is now you and me to see to it that this project comes to its best end. And therefore, I'm also requesting, much as you mentioned that you are all against shoddy work, I'm expecting very good quality work.
Mr. Mbati Charles, the acting chairperson board of directors Moyo Technical Institute, pledged their support to the contractor during the implementation.
Beg that you allow them to come in and to see how the project is moving on. On behalf of my board chair, we pledge total support to the contractor.
Engineer Komakech Robert, the architect working with Arch Forum Limited, the consultant of the project, said the project is expected to last for 15 months from the day of the handover of the site to the contractor. He implored the district leaders and the public to support the contractor so as to allow him deliver within the stipulated time frame.
The works will be running for a period of 15 months. That is the contract duration for construction. Starting today, we will begin counting the 15 months.
Engineer Olol Francis, the director Prisma Limited, the contractor of the project, said their intention is to do quality work for the future and expect the local council officials and the community at large to provide the necessary security to the materials which will be brought for the construction work, and urge the local council authorities to select laborers who are well-mannered, not thieves, so that the project runs smoothly.
So, security, health, and the rest, you are also our ID. It is better. That's one. Secondly, we cannot carry hundreds of people. My technical manager will tell you at the peak of this whole thing, we might have here close to maybe 100 people at the peak of activity. Now we cannot carry all that from Kampala wherever.
The Ministry of Education and Sports is currently implementing a number of projects in 9 technical institutes across the country aimed at expanding and equipping the schools so that they provide conducive environment for the learners so as to achieve the vision of the government to produce self-reliant citizens. Moyo Technical Institute is among the 9 technical schools benefiting from the project, under which the institute will get a light manufacturing hub, a boys' dormitory which can accommodate at least 100 students, among others, with funding from the Islamic Development Bank and the government of Uganda. Dominic Antonio Kumo, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
The security in Pasilo East Village, Atiak Sub-County, Amuru District has remained unclear, leaving landowners in typical isolation following the massive destruction of property and burning of grass-thatched houses in the last week. Onzima Alan has more on the story.
Following the massive destruction due to land wrangles, the victims in Pasilo East Village, Amuru District, have raised their voices concerning the great destruction which has caused a lot of challenges like children's education after several houses were touched, leaving properties worth millions destroyed and hundreds homeless. While interacting with journalists on 3rd July 2024 at Pasilo East Village, Atiak Sub-County in Amuru District, Osha James, a resident of Pasilo Village, said the situation is still not stable as their counterparts still target them whenever they want to go back to their land.
As to what is happening, at the moment, the situation is not good for the family. Because me who is talking, yesterday, as we had already been served with Red Cross, provided for us shelter, yesterday we went with some of our children, at least to see that we erect our temporary structures. People should go back. And of our dismay, the people around there mobilized. About 16 people came with bow and arrows to round the place until we had to run away from that place, which is causing us very big disappointment.
Bernard Nyeko, a resident of Pasilo Village, also a victim, said since the incident happened, feeding and housing have become a challenge to them, though they are getting some donations from well-wishers, but still cannot sustain them.
Gina chama tie pero Jome Red Cross gibi kele wa tens ba kombiri tika konyo wa dok pene wan watika jole I gangi ma pat padano kite dok chen tie pero ki botwa pe enu ni keken do tino mamir go kwan wa ichawa eni matika loke do tino ti gang mana ye pero madit mawan wati iye.
Caramella Layet, a resident also of Pasilo East Village, says people are at risk of being murdered and calls on government to transfer them to a safer places.
Ento wan wamio kowa chik pagamente man mi kumkarni teke ngaru wang orte buru. Ento gamente eni madung de konya wani pingo. Jomu wang or nindwa pa. Nindwa par biro gi wang or. Wen piti ngar chel ma pegi maho. Wan dong ka che no gi nena ni wan dang ma pe makan. Gindong wo ka ber gi bin gi kwan wa.
Ojok David, a school-going pupil who is currently not undergoing studies due to crisis, highlighted the challenges they are facing as the crisis still continues and says it is highly affecting their studies and he is scared of their future. Honorable Akena Samuel, the area local council to Atiak sub-county in Amur district, said people are getting some items, but the security is still not okay.
Because they were able to bring what we call non-food items to the victims, and they were being given, and that was really something good for the victim. You talk about the security situation within this sub-county, especially Pachilo East. Yeah, to me, I see their security is not all that very good because people are living in fear, both the victims and the general community. But the security guys, like the police, the UPDF, they are doing their part. Investigating, then getting what is exactly and why is it is ongoing, and yet this problem has started long time ago.
He, however, calls on the locals to first stay away from the contested lands as dialogue meetings are going on.
As the chairperson for this county, me myself had numbers of meetings with both the victims and the other team. We had meetings, but they could not listen. The problem that I can say, people should listen to the leaders. And that is why I read somewhere, I was able to write to all the parties that for now, all of you seen your homes where you were before even people in come. You must move back. Leave the area of conflicts. Don't dig, don't graze, don't cut trees, don't bring other people from outside. Bring it in this conflicting area.
In the past few days, there has been standing issues between the two clans from Ashwali of Amoro and Madi of Ajumani, where several meetings have been conducted to solve the issues, but all in all, up to now, it has never yielded any positive result. Is Ushaki, Unjima Alan, West Nile Television, Nilecast.
Nebi Resident District Commissioner Robert Abak has halted the commissioning of 2 classroom blocks at Jupangira Primary School after the district officials found out that the classroom block had a cracked floor, unfinished and unpainted frames. Alfred Jawok reports more.
Nebi Resident District Commissioner Mr. Robert Abak has halted the commissioning of 2 classroom blocks at Jupangira Primary School after the district officials reached the ground and found out that the classroom blocks, which were to be commissioned on 4th July 2024 at Jupangira Primary School, had cracked floor, unfinished and unpainted frames. This forced the RDC to suspend the whole exercise under the Education Department and ordered the Engineering and Education Department to review and reassess each project again. The RDC says they detected laxity, negligence and poor coordination among the district leaders and said they could not continue to commission the structure. Mr. Bak further said corruption, wastage of resources and poor project management are areas of NRM focus, hence the government to have eagle eyes on contractors doing shoddy works.
When they are done, the law is very clear on this. These public funds, we are fighting corruption and we are paying people who have not done the work. We are paying people who have done shoddy work, and you expect the RDC and the chairman and the honorable council to be part of it, and all these parents and the children to be part of that confusion. What even? What a big shame. Engineer, this method of work I don't like. And that's not how I operate.
Christopher Wing, one of the school management committee members at Jupangira Primary School, expressed dissatisfaction over the shoddy work. According to Wing, the contractor was not working with the community surrounding the school.
Some don't give it out to shake it. What I go want to work camp ko mami ko pide art. Lembe se ko betemu kitema shake wakodo. Radu ko joga no di orja ko be kak. Wakuetisha watingule men wadwako wateri bangi kagi binu wanyutu iginelebe pinye to rajda wawechu pe jwacho district dengi opilembe eni Gijago mi excuse bugi pipi ma jokonjo moromo ngo. Wachago le mi konjo pikendu iwi mo ng'enyenu. Nitu tin wa konjo de pa parebe de suyu ng'enya mede chibari wange.
However, Honorable Emmanuel Orombi, Nebi District Chairperson, expressed disappointment with the Nebi Education Department for not doing enough in supervising the work. Honorable Orombi said the shoddy work has affected the smooth running of the school since learners have inadequate structures.
So for us, we see, we bring Nyondo, we test, we touch, we see, we say, this one we doubt. That is when you can go and test. But those obvious things, we don't need to be taught engineering. So this work has failed. Even kawoni mapodwa jigungo, ukesa iwa shururu nyuango, kwer moku. Awinjo ngati moko wacha nyai, tie apron majufia fia, wake alo, kakarashel, wake neno nyechi dungwete ngam. Keto kane chido, wami very strong instruction, judig, ngenya kendo jurongie. We are going to open the apron a bit and see whether really the thing stopped at the layer is not in the foundation. We are going to confirm.
In response, Dr. Sarah Seninde, engineer Nebi District Local Government, said the cracks on the floor should not worry the community, but assured the RDC that the contractor has not been fully paid, as the district holds its detention fund after the completion of the work.
It's not a major defect. It's an eyesore, yes, but it's not a major defect. The floor can be hacked and then rescreeded. And then the other thing that I want to allay your fears with is that the contractor has only been paid once. He only came for a payment in February. So we still have his money apart from the retention. So he will come back and correct these defects.
In the meantime, Mr. George Ojok, Nebi District Education Officer, equally condemned shoddy works in Nebi District. Mr. Ojok blames the supervising engineer for not doing enough during the construction works.
The building is still under defect liability period. That means that it's within the period that correction can be done. And we hope that it shall be done because we have not paid yet fully the contractor. He still has with us what we call retention, which is 10%. So unless he does this, he cannot be paid.
Nebi District Local Government implemented classroom block construction worth 110 million in Jupangira Primary School, VIP latrines in Avoro Primary School, Owelo Primary School, Le Primary School, all at 30 million each, among others. Both the contractors and technical teams involved were warned and instead deployed to inspect other remaining projects first. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
Over 30 emergency workers comprising of ambulance drivers, health workers got trained by a team of professionals from the Association of Ambulance Professional Uganda, a group that was under the support of Malteser International and other partners. Farish Majid reports more.
Drivers, medics, and other relevant stakeholders from Western Sub-Region climax with 10 days training, where they were equipped with necessary skills of responding to emergencies, such as accidents. In the training, over 30 emergency workers comprising of ambulance drivers, health workers got trained by a team of professionals from Association of Ambulance Professionals Uganda with support from Malteser International and other partners. Tom Chobe, the president of Association of Ambulance Professionals Uganda, says the training aims at scaling the relevant emergency service providers with skills required during referrals.
We've picked all the facilities that have ambulances. And the ambulance is not an ambulance until it has the people who work in the ambulances and the equipment they use. So it is so key for us as Association of Ambulance Professionals Uganda to come here to skill the communities, specifically the people who work in the ambulance. We hope that the skills that have been attained from the 10 days we have been here will transform the emergency medical services in this region.
Honorable Alfred Okonji, The LC5 chairperson of our district says the training is timely because of the increase in the demand for ambulance services in the region.
We need to know, I want to use the medical terminology, there is a surge in number of cases that need emergency. Be it on the roadside from road traffic accidents, and also the increasing number of teenage pregnancies, and the behavior of our people seeking health services very, very lately after trying traditional medicine practitioners has caused a surge, has caused a sudden increase in the need for operation of ambulance services. Am I right?
Dr. Andema Alex, the director of Arua Regional Referral Hospital, lauded the Association of Ambulance Professionals Uganda and other partners for supporting government in scaling the medical fraternity while handling emergencies.
So this is how health is managed. It cannot be managed by one person. I want to also appreciate Malteser and also the association for making sure that the skills are imparted. I know you are much better than you came. Somebody was saying they wanted to give you another exams you were hearing, but to me I felt that you should now be eager to do more exams because you have been getting this knowledge for the last 9 days, I'm told. And I saw the program was so intense and so many things were taught, and you must have acquired a lot of skills. And we believe that West Nile is really energized and empowered.
Meanwhile, Bako Judith, the Assistant Resident City Commissioner in charge of Central Division Narua City, calls for responsible road usage by both ambulance drivers and other road users.
I would like to humbly request that you continue to do your community policing, especially to the Ugandans in respect to ambulance. I have seen it a common stubbornness in the region when an ambulance is going through and is even making the other alarm. You see Ugandans stubbornly not leaving road for the ambulance to pass. That I would love to see. For me, mine is commanding and ordering you to, when you go for your community policing, ensure that you pass a message that Ugandans must respect an ambulance that is passing. But also caution the ambulance that passes, that needs a passage to go through. When you're carrying an emergency, you can make that alarm and so that you maneuver your ways to rescue a life. But in situations when there are no patients in the ambulance, you also try to share the roads with us in a very good way so that we will not be able to lose lives.
While concluding with the last exercise of the training through practical session, the community along the junction connecting Mountie Road from Weatherhead Park Lane were left wondering of what emergency had taken place in the area by the presence of several ambulances and sirens that filled the air, forcing them to rush to the area to witness what was transpiring. Farish Majid, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
A very good evening, viewers. My name is Oraku Benson Pastore, one of the soccer pundits for West Nile Television. You are catching us from Barfa playing ground, the famous ground in the whole of West Nile, known of athletics. Matches, some activities, sports activities like football, you see netball also being taken place here. Generally, we are coming to discuss about ball game 2, which has been happening this time. Previously, we had netball, basketball, volleyball, but for netball and also for athletics, the famous sporting activity always known for secondary schools in second term is athletics. And Barfezia, I said earlier on, not only in the whole of Arua City but in the whole of West Nile, it's a playing ground known for athletics. And behind me are the students from the various schools all over the schools in Arua City that went to represent Arua City. But now the focus turns to national championship, where we have seen participants being selected from the various districts, and also Arua City going to represent West Nile region as far as athletics is concerned. Recently, last week, they had the regional championship where Arua City performed brilliantly, both boys and girls sector. They defended the trophy, the trophy for boys coming to Arua City, and at the same time we also saw the girls performing brilliantly. With me, I have got their coach. He happens to be one of the teachers from NILE High. Sir, you are most welcome. You start with the introduction.
Thank you. My name is Ambaku Vasco, a teacher from NILE High, Odea, who is also a grade 1 coach who finished his coaching course in Nampole. The athletics team of West Nile from Koboka was given into my hands. We kicked off with the training since yesterday. Only that the turn-up is majorly for athletes within the district and the city. So we have around 18 athletes who have registered and who have started training with us. We are expecting others from other districts to come. I think by tomorrow we are going to kick fully with them and preparing for the journey, which will be on Monday to Soroti. That's where the national championship will be. Thanks.
Okay, one thing the viewers will want to know from you is, like, you have started with the participants from Arua City. You have said the rest will join tomorrow. Do you think they will not be behind, more especially the athletes from the other parts of the region?
Definitely they will be behind. Only later I had been giving them some programs over phones. Now they are following them, but they will join us. We are going to be in the same track.
Okay, are there some challenges you people continue to encounter as a team, not as a coach, maybe as the whole team ahead of the training, maybe ahead of the championship?
The only challenge we are having here is most of them are not having their boots, and the hunger is also affecting them. That's why we are together with them, but I'm trying to advise them according to the situation which we are now.
Okay, finally, what should the fans expect this time? Because West Nile region last season they went, because in sports we normally use terms like seasons, not years. I should say last season they performed not to the expectation. What should the fans this time expect?
My dear fans, be ready. West Nile, you know, has a lot of talents. We are going there as a team, and as West Nile we are going to fight, and we shall come with something which will favor you and will be happy of it.
Okay, finally, are you only managing the boys or as the both teams?
I'm managing both teams.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you so much. That one happens to be the coach from NILE High, the head coach managing the above teams. Let's turn our focus to the participants. Let me start ladies first and then gents follow. Let me start with this girl. You'll start by introducing yourself, the events you are participating in, and of course the school you are studying from, representing the whole of the region ahead of the national championship in athletics. How do you feel? You start with the introduction, my sister.
Okay, thank you for giving me this great opportunity. I'm by the names of Lucky Scholastica, coming from Varasinia Secondary School. I am proud to be in Varasinia Secondary School, and I thank God for giving me this opportunity, or the talent that God has given me. So I participate in particularly long race, majorly 1,500, there's 3,000 meters, then 5,000 meters.
Okay, thank you for that update you have given to the viewers. And what should the fans expect ahead of the national championship?
Okay, thank you. The other time last year we made it to this one, Kabale. Yeah, Kabale. We came back. The results were not all that, but this time round, my dear fans, I expect you to at least wait for something better than the one for last year. We are determined to come back with trophies.
Yeah, as being a representative of Girl Child, what message can you pass to the rest of the ladies?
Okay, I encourage you ladies to involve in sports activities like netball, starting with athletics. Let me say, going to netball and other games and sports activities, they are really good. They are so good to our body.
Okay, thank you so much. Also on the other side, I have got one of the representatives for that maize team. I am talking about Alema Brian, and of course, though I've already mentioned your name, still you can do this yourself to the viewers, the school you are studying from, and you highlight the viewers of how things are transpiring in the training, if there are some challenges you mention, and generally what fans of West Nile region should expect ahead of the athletic championship.
I am grateful to God, and my name is Alema Brian. I'm a student of Vara Secondary School. We went to represent our city, and then by the grace of God we excelled to the next level, that is to join the region team. So we are going to represent our region. We are not going to represent our city. What I want to tell you fans is that we are going to do extremely well. That's what I know, because last season we managed to be in the second position, and it was all about our struggles. And if you take and look at our times of last year and then the times of this year, you will see that there is a great improvement. So that improvement will not only remain here, but we are going to take it up to that level. Last year we collected medals, if I'm not mistaken, more than 6 people from West Nile received medals last year, and I'm grateful that this year we shall do extremely well.
There is also one representative from Apesco. I'm talking about a Republic Senior Secondary School. He also happens to be one of the guys that was selected that side of Koboko to also represent a region of West Nile. Let's first get to hear from him. You will start with the introduction. After that, you give your general view about the training, about how things continues to transpire, and what fans should expect on that very day.
Yeah, I'm grateful to be among the team. So by name I'm called Richard Tubua from Aro Public Secondary School. I participate in 400 meter as the best in Aro Public. So I'm inspiring. This year we went through to regional level. We made that as last year. So this year also we are going to do our level best in national level. Like last year we managed to be second position, and my viewer to fans, like this time we are going to do our level best.
Let's leave that one there, connecting to European Championship and also in Copa America. I can confirm to you right now there is a game going on between Germany and Spain. It's the quarterfinals of the tournament, and everyone is waiting to see, of course, which team will at the end emerge as the winner. And then after that, at 10 p.m. East African time, Portugal of Cristiano Ronaldo will be battling it out with France. It's actually the repeat of what happens in 2016. It was a final between Portugal and France, where we saw Portugal edging out France by a goal to nil in that final. We are waiting to see which team will transpire ahead to the semi-finals as far as European Championship is concerned. And also this morning, in the wee hours of the morning, we had a game in the quarterfinals of Copa America between Argentina and Ecuador. The full time of that encounter ended 1-1, and we saw Argentina transpiring to the semi-finals after 4-2 penalty shootout win over the country of Ecuador. That one brings us to the end of today's edition of Sports. Have the best of your moments. We'll link up again next time.
Thank you, Rocco Benson Pastore, for that sports news and that sports highlight under the NILE Sports Edition only on West Nile Television. Thank you, viewers, for taking the time to be with us from the beginning of the NILE